I've got a formation that you guys should learn ready for EAFC 24 because this formation is good every single year and it's going to benefit you in the long run. If you're tired of coming up against teams like this, you can get some foot coins through MMO EXP using the link down below. You can also use code JambooUK for 5% off. So guys, I'm going to be showing you a staple formation of FIFA in my opinion. I think it's a fact, to be honest, for sort of like the last 6, 7, maybe even longer years. Every year, especially towards the start of the game, this formation is super useful. It's easy to use, it's straight out the box, and I think it will help you out. Let's try and hit 100 likes on the video. Let me know if you've ever used this formation. And let's get into the video. Okay, so this is my current team. I do not use my own account anymore at all. I run a weekend league service. For those of you that don't know, I play other people's foot champs to try and get them the highest rewards possible. If you are interested, link in the description. But the formation that we're going to be talking about today is the 4-2-3-1. This is probably, if someone said to me, like, just name a FIFA ready formation every year, I think this is the one. It might not be the top meta formation, but it's just always good. And especially at the start of a new cycle, you know, when we're using lower rated players and the sort of meta broken things haven't been worked out yet, this is always a safe go-to. So I recommend learning the patterns of play in it. I think it'll benefit you in the long run. The way I try and view it, or the way I do view it, is if you had like a 4-2-3-1 against a 4-2-3-1, the better player tends to win. It's like a fundamental FIFA formation. If you're good in this formation, you tend to be a decent FIFA player. That is at least how I've always seen it. So for the tactics, we have a balanced 50 on the width, 60 on the depth, balanced direct passing, of course. And one thing to mention as well is I feel this is the time of year to get out of that sort of 5-4-1. You know, when you're using the game specific meta stuff, it's just not going to benefit you in the long run. It's very unlikely that when EAFC 24 comes out, that 5-4-1 is going to be the meta. It's just probably not going to be the case. And formations like the 4-2-3-1 are going to be more of the go-to. So we have direct passing, 40 on the width, 6 in the box, and 1 on the corners and the free kick. So this formation has a number of positives and only one real negative, which is the fact that you only have the lone striker. But you have a flat back 4, which is normally very nice. 2 CDMs, which is great. You have 3 cams, so it's very easy to create chances. The only issue is, obviously, if that striker gets isolated, it can become a little bit difficult to find the back of the net. But in general, I think this formation, in terms of keeping the ball, is one of the best in the game. Everywhere you look, there's these passing triangles. You've got the 2 CDMs to the cam here. You've got the cam to the wide cam and the CDM. You've got the CDM to the wingers and the right back. There's just triangles all over the pitch to keep the ball. The fullback to fullback switch you can do in a 4-back as well. So if you're just trying to be a sort of possession defensive player, the 4-2-3-1 is absolutely perfect. And it does offer decent attacking options as well, due to the fact that you have obviously 3 cams and a striker. And the way I set it up is we do have one of our CDMs a little bit more attacking as well. So in terms of going forward, definitely not bad at all. But we'll talk about the instructions. Guys, just to let you know, I am uploading exclusive content over on Metafy, the best place to learn from some of the top professional players in the world. You can get a bunch of different content over there, as well as booking coaching sessions with high-level FIFA players. So make sure you get involved, and I hope to see you there. I have stay central, getting behind, and stay forward on my striker, stay forward on the cam, and then come back on defence on the wide cams. So you're always going to have 2 players that just stay forward at all times, and then you will get the defensive support of the 2 wide cams. So you're going to sort of defend in like a 4-4-1-1. You know, your wide mids are going to drop deeper. You're going to have the fullback set to stay back as well. You obviously have some width in this formation due to the wide cam, so there's no need to have overlapping fullbacks. And the way this formation sort of plays, it's not a formation where you're, sending players flying forward. It's more of a structured, keep the ball and be patient to create your chances. It's that sort of setup. So, like I say, wide cam set to come back, the middle one stay forward. That is super important. You can have one stay back while attacking, CDM, and then if you want to be a little bit more adventurous, you can have balanced on the other. This is one of the formations where you can get away with using an actual CDM even at this stage of the game. So think of someone, at the start of the new game, someone like Vieira or even like a Casemiro who isn't good going forward but really good defensively. You can have them as one of it, and then like a Pogba who's a bit more balanced as the other one. Cover centre on both. You're going to have a lot of defensive stability when defending, and then obviously one of these centre mids is going to roam a little bit when you're on the ball. The other one is going to stay back at all times. It's very defensively secure. The line drops back very deep. You've obviously got the wide cams, the CDMs there that are tucked close to your centre backs. And then a flat back four, with fullbacks that are staying back as well. It's a very hard formation to break down, the 4-2-3-1. Once you learn the patterns of play, the player switching, that sort of stuff, you're going to find it very easy to defend and keep the ball in this formation. What I would say is, if you are in a game of Foot Champs or something and you end up going behind, it's not a formation that you want to be chasing goals in. A lot of players back in the day, I remember when I was competing as a pro, you'd start in a 4-2-3-1, and then if things just weren't clicking in the attack, you're struggling to score goals or something like that, you would switch to a 4-4-2, and that would offer just more in the attack but less in the defence. So it's that trade-off. It's a very balanced formation, but it's definitely more weak in the attack than it is in the defence. But guys, I do hope you enjoyed it. If you have any questions about this formation or setup, feel free to ask below in the comments. I've used the 4-2-3-1 for probably coming up to like 10 years now. It's not always been my number one formation, but without fail, every single FIFA that comes out, this formation is decent, especially at the start of the game. I just think it's set up for FIFA. I don't think there'll ever be a year where this formation is really bad. I just don't think it's possible. So it's definitely worth you guys going out and learning this formation ready for the start of the new game. It's much more beneficial than using the broken stuff. So hopefully you enjoyed. Please leave a like if you did. I'll catch you guys on the next one, and peace.